thank you again for joining us today. We are going to talk today about the future of payments, what folks can expect as we move towards the end of this year and into next year and looking ahead. So starting with, let's talk about what some successful firms have already been doing as they get into technology, as they use technology better within their payment space.
I'd say the payments landscape has been changing a lot in the recent years. We're going to see within the next 5 years a bigger adoption of immediate payments, and new engagement models for the customers will be prevalent. There is a lot of work being done around new ways of payments with QR codes, with cards, but also with NFC. And we are going to be seeing more and more of those systems releasing. The same times we've had recently announcement, for example, from the European Union that they are going to be releasing a central bank digital currency, but more on the wholesale space. That is really interesting. We have a lot of work in a lot of other countries around CBDC, which is also interesting. And we have exploratory ideas of interconnectivity between different payment rails. We are seeing an adoption of a faster, more structured, more efficient, and at the same time with a higher level of risk system, because immediate payment is all about the immediate settlement also. So that is going to be bringing a new space for new ways to manage risk and fraud, etc., etc. I would say we're going to see a lot more adoption of AI technologies in the fraud and risk management, and that will be also a key technology space that we are going to see a lot of the development into, and a lot of aggregations and redistributions in the technology technology company landscape in terms of payments. We are seeing some of that is starting. I think with the next 2 to 3 years, we are going to see a lot more of those.
Right. So you started talking about kind of what we're seeing today and some of what we should expect in the future. But what are the big trends, the big rocks that you see come in? And then let's look 2 to 5 years.
CBDC, central bank digital currency, AI, the standardizations of new ways of international payments like Visa, MasterCard, and the acceleration of SWIFT, the changes into the messaging systems. Those are all things that are going to be happening within the next few years, and these are big technology changes. Cloud will be more adopted. I would say cloud has become more as the standard and less of a new technology. But definitely there is going to be a lot more adoption of these technologies, and we are going to see a lot of resurgence around the digital wallet space.
Now, knowing these things are coming down, right? And for those of us in the technology space, we've been working on cloud for over a decade. And as it gets more adopted and AI becomes more prevalent as well in new ways, AI has been around for a long time. How can firms really set themselves up for the future? What should they be thinking about?
I always think so. There are two areas that are the firms that want to survive in this and landscape need to focus on. So what I would say is the payments market traditionally has been a market that has been really focused into resiliency, and recently has been more focused into innovation for getting a little bit of the resiliency. So the first trend is around creating the right balance between those four forces. We are not in the world in which we are in the swing that we need to swing from one side to the other. We need to be able to manage those two forces that are being and are shaking the market at the moment. We need to enable innovation whilst maintaining the same level of resiliency, and that is going to define a big trend for the survivals of organization in the payments space. The other line of work, the other big area of focus is around people. We have a lot of expertise, and we've been running this type of systems for the last 20, 30 years. But these people need to be retrained and redistribute it to actually refocusing, innovating, and utilizing that knowledge in new ways to bring in value to the customer, new capabilities. So it's all about re-enablement of these people. Yeah, enabling these people to actually leverage their knowledge in new ways and maximize that value that they have.
Those are some great tips, and we are already at time. So thank you so much for joining us again, and we look forward to having you on more of our Exec to Exec series.